For those of you that don't know, I served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps Infantry, and during that time, I served 2 combat deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq. And those experiences change you in ways that people will never truly understand unless they've been through it themselves. And of the many struggles that you encounter on that day that you finally decide to hang up the uniform and leave the military, finding a new sense of purpose is perhaps one of the most significant challenges that you encounter on the front lines of society. After considerable exploration myself across a variety of professions, I'm happy to have finally found a new sense of purpose that I can be passionate about. That is, in medicine. And this may not be the right field for everyone, but my hope is that in this video I can offer some insight to help others out there who may be struggling to find a sense of purpose. And so here are some of my thoughts on why veterans should work in healthcare. Many of us join the military out of a strong desire to do some good in this world. Many will describe it as an inherent burning desire or a calling to serve. And when you finally leave the military, whether after 4 years or 20, that calling doesn't just go away. It stays with you because it's a part of who you are. And upon return to society, if this calling is ignored, at least in my own personal experience, it can lead to a feeling of emptiness. And this brings me to my own personal experience. After graduating with a business degree, I found myself in a full-time sales position, pestering rather than helping potential buyers, trying to sell a product that I couldn't care less about, surrounded by people that I had virtually nothing in common with. Sitting at that desk, making cold calls from 7:30 to 5 was my own personal hell, and I had to liberate myself. And that brings us back to one of the primary reasons for this video. If you find yourself in hell, whatever that looks like for you, you have an obligation to dig yourself out. If you're working a job that you hate, quit. Now, I'm not saying quit on the spot without a plan. Be smart, develop a plan, but then execute. And don't let perfect be the enemy of good here. Action and adaptability are the 2 key components. Now, to rein myself back in on the topic at hand here, veterans. When veterans leave the military, an easy trap to fall into is selecting a new career based on its earning potential. Because during active duty, we get paid next to nothing considering the physical, mental, and emotional strain of the job. And then you have to consider the exorbitant hours that we work that would very easily convert our annual salary into a pretty despicable hourly rate. And after working so hard for so many hours for so little pay, those jobs that promise big money can be tempting, but they won't make you happy. Because that same calling that led you to serve in the military is calling you still, and you need to listen. Aside from ignoring that calling, which will leave you with that empty feeling inside, your typical run-of-the-mill corporate job will slowly chip away at the very core of a veteran over time, for a few reasons. Transitioning from the military, where physical fitness is both highly coveted and a job requirement, to sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day for 5 days a week is toxic and is a great way to watch the hero that you used to be waste away. As veterans, we need excitement, adrenaline, and most of all, purpose. Without these things, life becomes mundane, mediocre, and that sharp edge that we once had dulls over time. And this brings me to professions that veterans typically gravitate toward because they incorporate these vital components to a fulfilling life for us. Law enforcement, teaching, coaching, athletics, entrepreneurship, and various jobs in the medical field. Paramedic, nurse, PT, OT, RT, doctor. These are examples of some professions that veterans seem to resonate with, and I can't speak too much to these other fields, but medicine is the one that I resonate with. And here are some of my thoughts on why I think medicine may be a good fit for veterans in general. First and foremost, medicine provides you with an opportunity to keep serving, not as a warrior, but as a healer. Medicine can gift you a strong sense of purpose, allowing you to have a deep and meaningful impact on the lives of others. This can range from something as simple as lending a friendly ear to comfort a patient to gripping them tight and pulling them from death's door by restoring the beat to their heart. The possibilities are endless. Medicine will also challenge you. It's an environment of high-level, dynamic problem solving with potentially both extraordinary and devastating consequences. It'll keep you on your feet physically and mentally. It also carries with it varying levels of excitement and adrenaline depending on your job and specialty. And if you're wary of that transition from warrior to healer, you can maintain that warrior mindset in this newfound purpose. That comes in the form of leadership, discipline, growth, and advocating for your patients. That internal drive that guided you toward excellence in the military will surely serve you well as you serve others on this battlefield. And one important thing to keep in mind is that when you get out of the military, the mission isn't over. It's just moving. It's imperative to keep pushing yourself to be the best version of you that you can be. And the best way to do this is to continue answering that calling to serve through whichever profession feeds your flame. Medicine is a wonderful field that resonates with this jarhead, and chances are, if you're a veteran, it very well might be the right fit for you too.